Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Mapped. I'm back in the peaks in this glorious day. I mean, just look at it. And there is no shock that I'll be back here in this kind of weather. I think it is the 30th, so right at the end of May, and we've been blessed with a fantastic weekend of weather. And of course we're allowed to go out on our motorcycles, as the restrictions have been eased just a little bit to allow us to venture out on our own. So I'm riding solo, we're in the peaks, let's see what we can get up to. So I've just gone past Sparrow Pit and hang a left, and I'm heading towards Winnats. I think it's pronounced Winnats Pass. I'm sure you guys will correct me, because I always get pronunciation wrong. And I've done this pass a few times and it's absolutely stunning, and I haven't been up here for ages, so I thought I'd pop up here instead of hanging right at Sparrow Pit towards the Underman. And it's at the moment it's a really good call because it's empty roads and that main drag gets very busy. So I'm planning on enjoying this little stretch of road, heading up to Winnats Pass, going up to Hope and stopping there for a coffee that I've brought with me, of course. And just taking this wonderful weather. Then I'm going to push on to most probably Bakewell, and then loop around to Buxton, through the Cat and Fiddle again because I love that stretch of road, and then head on back to the base camp. So that's my intended ride today, but who knows, I might find a variation on that, but that's the general plan. And this road's just fantastic. I need to do this more often. I think that's it right there. It is absolutely beautiful. Did you see that up there? It's not called the peaks for nothing, so we should be coming into it right now, if memory serves. Oh, look at the horses, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there we go. So here we go. It's rather steep, so low gear. Look at this! What a way to start a video. Oh my god, how spectacular does this look? Look at it. I hope this footage gives it justice, because I want to angle like this right now. Like that. I'm leaning right back on the saddle. It's just incredible. This pass makes you feel very, very small and insignificant. Oh, it's so cool. Some guys up there climbing. Rather them than me. Oh, that's spectacular. Wish it went on forever. That was just brilliant. Excuse me. There we go, Winnats Pass. So good. Some guys going up rather than down. Lots of bikers here. Should I stop here? No, I'm going to push on. I'm going to push on, people. Of course, you've just started watching this, but I've been riding for about an hour and a half. So it's coming on to coffee o'clock for me. It's fairly early on a Saturday. It's about 9:30. And I left the house, much like the last vlog, pretty early, about 8:30. It was up about 7, because it's going to be a hot one, and I wanted to get out. The idea again was to get out early, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get up, but to beat as much traffic as possible. And at the moment, I think I've done a fairly good job, but we'll see. If I remember rightly too, the Devil's Arse or something like that is up here as well. Castleton! Yeah, a place called the Devil's Arse is up here as well. I think I did a vlog on that ages ago on the Harley. Yeah, there we go. Up there. Which I believe is a bunch of caves. Look how pretty this place is. I haven't been up here in absolutely ages, but I'm pleased to have come here today. It's nice to change things up. Peak Hotel. So nice out here. Love it, absolutely love it. So another recommend. Oh, look at all the bunting, that's nice. Very patriotic. Another destination for you guys for the peaks is Castleton and Hope, and of course the Winnats Pass. Most definitely worth checking out. There's some really great pubs back there too. Great food. Here we are in Hope. Another very pretty town in the peaks. Nice. And still relatively quiet up here, which is also good. Again, more bunting, fantastic. Excellent. So that's my little mission completed for this morning. I'm going to find somewhere to pull in, have a coffee, and then I'm going to join you again after that and go from there. So I'll see you guys again in a moment. Okay, so I'm on the way to the Yonderman now. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I just wanted to share this wonderful scenery with you guys because it's beautiful. It really is. Again, this is a something and nothing vlog really. I just wanted to get out on the bike and share my thoughts and enjoy the weather and bring you guys along with it. So I don't have any kind of agenda, which is more the pity. I guess it's just all about generating content, sharing it, and passing on good wishes. I know there's going to be a ton of you out. Oh, there's a bird. That scared the bejesus out of me. I know there's going to be a ton of you out there taking advantage of this fantastic weather in the UK. I should correct that, sorry, in England. Because at present I believe our friends in Scotland, and I know definitely in Wales, are not allowed out and about, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time before you guys will be out. And on purely selfish reasons, I hope it's sooner rather than later, as I want to ride back into Scotland and Wales. You guys have the best destinations. Oh, look at this. Fantastic stuff. All worth it for getting up early. On a more exciting note, from next week, in England at least, we've been advised that we can now see people in groups of 6, which means that obviously I can see see the guys, which would be fantastic. And I'm hoping as soon as that's lifted, which I think it's going to be from Monday. By the time you see this footage, it will already have passed. We will be riding together, or at least meeting together and hanging out, which I'm really excited about. Let's see if I can just pop in here. I was wondering if this is going to work. It's a very pretty spot. Just was hoping for some shade. Yeah, let's make this work. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? I'm due a coffee, so let's make that happen. I'll see you in a bit. What initially looked like a rather ropey lay-by, and yes, the angle is not so great, but the view is fantastic, and it turned out to be a really great spot for a coffee, because I just ended up spending probably about 45 minutes here with my coffee, just watching fellow bikers go by and nodding and all that kind of good stuff, and enjoying the view while listening to some music. So it turned out to be a really good spot. I enjoyed that a great deal. So let's get these back on. Hello. And you. Hello. Okay, so let's get back on her. Now, I'm going to go, I've changed my plan slightly. So I'm going to go to Bakewell still, because I enjoy going there. It's such a pretty place. But from there, I'm going to head back this way and do the Snake Pass back home. But before I do that, I'm going to go out to Buxton and the Cat and Fiddle, because the Cat and Fiddle is now open. What I mean by that, it's now open as in it's been closed for months, years even. I'm not too sure. And the last time I went past, it was heaving, as in last week. It was heaving full of bikers, because I think the shop there might be open. But either way, it's a great view, and I'd like to go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out to the Cat and Fiddle, and I might wrap this vlog up there when I get there, as it's about half an hour away from here, and that'll be a nice short video for today. I also did some time lapse there of this view. Hopefully that came out, and I'll share that. Obviously, well, you would have already seen it. If it came out, you would have already seen it. So yeah, if you've seen it, it worked. If you didn't, it didn't. So yeah, there we go. I like it when a plan comes together, as someone famous once said. Right, onwards and upwards. Onwards and upwards. If you're curious as to woohoo! Oh, fun. It's If you're let me start that again. If you are curious as to what cameras I'm using on my setup at the moment, I will tell you. I am currently, well, they're all drift cameras, as you would have seen if you or heard rather in any of my other videos. I'm a big fan of drift, and I just think they're the go-to camera with regards to motorcycle vlogging. Really good kit, really good kit. Anyway, the kit that the cameras that I'm using for my B cameras, my B-roll on the mount, so this one right here and the one behind me, so this one right here, they are both the Drift X camera, and they kick out around 720p at 60 frames a second, which I find, for my purposes, are absolutely fine for B-roll. And they've just been great for that. They're small and they work really well. The one on my lid is the newer XL camera, and that has a much longer battery life, acclaimed 9 hours battery life in fact, which I don't actually believe I've tested that, but either way it lasts a very long time on charge. The audio is pretty good on it too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Old Ford. Oh, awesome road. Oh, good stuff. But yeah. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna have to open her up. Woohoo! Yeah, that was fun. Sorry, yeah, the only problem I have with the XL, as I would have covered previously, is that it maxes out, again, like the Drift X, maxes out at 720 and 60 frames per second. The 60 frames per second is the important bit. So, without springing for the 4K, this camera is pretty damn good and on the money for the bells and whistles. So that's what I'm using. Oh, it's so nice out here. I'm so pleased they came out. And I'm really looking forward to doing the Snake Pass again, but in reverse, as I always typically come in that way. Oh wow, this guy's gone crazy with the reflective stickers on the stop box. Nice work there, fella. That wasn't a dig, that was just an observation. Okay. Yeah, that stop was really good. I'm really, really pleased I stopped there and just watched the world go by. It's somewhere different than my house, you know. I hope everybody out there is coping okay and enjoying the slight ease in rules and regulations with regards to lockdown. You know, seeing that light at the end of the tunnel is so important. And we will get through this. We will. I've got to believe that. And right now, I'm really looking forward to beer gardens and pubs opening. Not that I'm a one-track mind with regards to booze, but just the social element of it, of hanging out with my best friends and having fun. And that'll be fun, you know. It would just be really good for the soul, you know. Nothing fancy, just a nice pub, good beer and good company. That would do wonders. With regards to biking, as this is pretty much what this channel is all about, I'm always thinking about where I'll go when all the travel restrictions are lifted, and I'm putting together a plan for a tour. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, in August for a week, and I will be heading, would be no shock, back to Scotland. Yeah, most definitely going to be in Scotland. Has to be done. I have to go. And it will be the Outer Hebrides this time. That's the plan. So I want to go to Lewis and Harris, and I want to see if there's some kind of route I can put together that links together the best parts of the Western Isles tour that we did last year, because I really enjoyed that tour. It was so good. The weather wasn't so great, but the actual tour itself was brilliant. So, you know, going up to Loch Lomond, and then Fort William, then Island Doon Castle, going up to Skye, then out to Lewis and Harris, then some way figured to go back to Mull, because I really would like to go back to Mull if possible, but then looping back to Loch Lomond and home. So that's a very loose overview of what I'm hoping to achieve with the tour, and it'll be pretty spontaneous. I think as soon as the lockdown eases completely, as in hotels are open for bookings. Oh jeez, you scared the bejesus out of me. I was too busy waffling. Yeah, as soon as the hotels are open for bookings, then I'll be on booking.com and or the Scottish Youth Hostel website. I'm booking a tour. I'm hoping one or all or some of the guys will join, but if not, I'll be doing it regardless. So I need that. I love touring. I think it's the best part of biking. I really do. So I'm curious to hear what you guys are planning out there. I know that a lot of you have been planning to do the NC 500. I've been messaged either via the Mapped Facebook site or the Mapped Instagram page. Have contacted me directly about your tours and plans that have all been either delayed or, you know, dashed and what have you. So are you planning to go to Scotland this year, Wales perhaps on a tour, or maybe further afield? I'd like to know. Comment down below. Also, any recommendations? I'd love to hear your recommendations for destinations on tours, anywhere that you've been that has been particularly brilliant, that you would recommend to a fellow biker. One of the places I'm hoping to go to next year, oh, it's a youth hostel right there, is Ireland. I would like to do the, what was it called? It's something like the West Coast, or the Atlantic West Coast road or route. I would like to do that. That's one of the things I would like to cover off. But I did some initial searching, and the prices to get over there are pretty expensive. I was very surprised about how pricey a passage to Ireland is with a bike. Certainly more than I anticipated. But either way, that's something I'd like to schedule in for next year, along with the European trip, which will be also penciled in for May of next year. Fingers crossed. I really should have taken over this tractor when I had the opportunity. Yeah, we're turning, hopefully he's not turning right in about a mile, because that would be annoying. Oh, this is a really good stretch of road actually. Oh, this is annoying. Grr. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, woosah. Could be worse. At least I'm out on the bike, and there's a bubbling brook on my left. Always good. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, look at that, so cool. So pretty down here, it really is. I love it. I'm so fortunate to be close enough to come out here. Oh, yay! Woohoo! Bye bye. So on other news, I've actually finished the project on finished the project on the K100 RS. I successfully managed to respray the mirror housing, and I'm particularly proud of my workmanship on that. When I picked it up a couple of years ago, there was some damage on that mirror housing. It had been scratched all the way through to the primer, and for ages I was looking for a complete replacement unit, but it's so hard to find mirror housings for the K100 RS, let alone in the right colour. And if you do, they're crazy expensive. So I brought it on myself. Oh, so would you look at this road? It's just fantastic. So I brought it on myself to. Oh, guys are bouldering there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I took it on myself to get my runnel cans out and ordered and sourced the right paint for the bike I have, and yeah, gave it a go, and it came out really well. I'll put up the pictures of it just now so you can have a look, like the before and after. And put those back on this week. So that's it. I mean, everything's done. The only thing I want to do on it really now that sticks out, that's bugging me, is the rear master cylinder for the brakes. Obviously, it's got all yellow and discoloured, and it doesn't look very nice. Obviously, it's perfectly functional and it is absolutely fine, but visually, it doesn't look that nice. So I would like to get that replaced, and I can get the parts. It's just a task that is not one that I want to do at the moment, so I will do that at a later date. And the other thing is the front forks. I cleaned them up really good, and they do look great, keeping with the original look of the bike. But there's a part of me that would like to spray them black. But I keep going, flip-flopping on that one, if I should just keep it the way it is or not. But yeah, very, very pleased with the K100. As soon as I bolted everything back on it, like the belly pan and the mirrors, I put the front wheel back on and stood back from it. It looked great. It was one of those, moments when you realise all the work paid off kind of thing, and I'm very keen to bring it back out. So yeah, a job well done on that one. I'm very pleased with it. But what makes me laugh though, is, to anybody else, that bike will not look like much, but to me, I've already got a massive sentimental attachment to it for all the work I've done on it. And when I open the garage door, it's that bike I always gravitate towards, not this one, which is crazy, isn't it? Because this one's beautiful and I love it, and it's the flashy bike, but it's the K100. I spend more time looking at that bike, just looking at it, after I've worked on it, or sit out in the front yard and with a coffee or a tea, and I just look at it. It's so stupid. I hope you guys do the same thing. Just admire your bike and look at it and look at all the details and think, oh, that's perfect and that's lovely, and or I really need to change that, and I wonder if I could do this, and all that kind of stuff. I do that all the time with the K100. Oh, another bubbling brook. So yeah, all good. So I'm desperate to get more footage, hence today filming, because that's the other thing I like doing on my spare time. Other than riding, tinkering with the K100, I also like editing. Would be no shock. And I like creating videos. Oh, I love this stretch of road, isn't it fantastic? Coming into Buxton, it's just a really great road. So good. This is one of those moments, it's just good to be alive, Good for the soul, very thankful. Oh, look at this, look at this! I never get tired of it, I really don't. I've been riding up here for, what, 2-3 years? I don't know. But I never get tired of it, whatever time of year it is. It's just a fantastic location to bring your bike. There is not a cloud in the sky, people. Jesus, that's good. Bike's telling me it's around 18 degrees at the moment too, so again, good Good temperature for riding. I think later on, what are we? We're about 11 o'clock now. Later on it'll peak around 22, I believe, today. Maybe more, who knows. Here we go. The wonderful town of Buxton. There's a fantastic coffee company here. Buxton Coffee, obviously. No association with me, but they serve it in the Underman Cafe, and I also follow them on Instagram. But those guys, they make some mean coffee. Such a shame the TT isn't on. Again, weather like this is much like the weather it was when we went in 2018. Glorious. And I was talking to the guys about it yesterday. And if the TT was on, it would be one of those record-breaking years. I mean, look at it, stunning. Those boys would be flying if it was on. So not to worry, it would all keep to next year. We were talking about race meets and all that kind of stuff. About our next potential trip or adventure to one. And the TT's still in the running. Yeah, we've been there twice, but it's the TT. I love it. But it all depends on the weather and the right combination. And I think the earliest window for us on that will be 2022. And the other idea is Aston, which would be fun. Because again, we haven't done that, and that'll be a bit of an adventure. If we did Aston, I would like to turn that into a tour of some sort. It's too much of an opportunity to go across. So maybe go across to Aston and then back down through France, and cross over at Dover. That'll be pretty cool. Just an idea, just a thought. But I'm pretty focused on the European tour that I planned for this year. Como again for May. I might do some tweaking between now and then, as it may just be me. But I am determined to make Europe happen and taking some of those alpine passes. And and take all that stuff in, because I've not done it and I really, really want to do it. And then, as I said, Ireland. So yeah, lots of thinking up there. About what to do, where to go, and where to take this bike. And in between all of that, there'll be lots of weekend rides of various different destinations. I'm also thinking about, by request, organising some kind of meet. In the peaks, obviously, because that's pretty central for when this is all over. So nothing big or too organised or anything like that. Just something relaxed, staying when me and the guys will be. So I think the loose idea, we've talked about it, about saying like a meet at Wonderman, going for a ride. So simply saying that both I and the rest of the guys will be at the Wonderman on a certain date, and if you want to meet and join and hang out, we'll be there. So that's the kind of idea we're kicking about. So as soon as we have an idea and date in mind when this is all over, we'll let you know. Oh, beautiful, beautiful car. Or indeed, let me know if you are interested or think it's not worth it. I won't be hurt if you're not fussed about meeting teammapped. But equally, more than happy to say hello and have a chat and kick tyres, all when this is over, when we're allowed to do that, obviously. So here we are, we're on the way into the Cat and Fiddle. Another great stretch of road, one of my favourites. I'm not going to be going through all of it though to Macclesfield, just up to the Cat and Fiddle, then I'll do a U-E back down to Bakewell, then head back through the Snake Pass, as I said. But I think I'll probably wrap things up. there. It's I'll spare you the rest of my ramblings. And as I said, it was a bit of something and nothing really. It was just an excuse to get out, get the cameras on, and do a bit of vlogging, because I like doing it, and I don't get the chance that often these days to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed the footage. I hope you're able to get out there and enjoy a ride or two. Stay safe, be strong, and we will get through this. We really will. And I look forward to the day where we can all hang out and ride without worrying about all this anymore. So with that, I wish you all the best and say goodbye. Take care.